We're here at Snow Show, it's 6 weeks before the season, so this is a fantastic place to start thinking about these things. And in terms of fitness, Snowsport England have got really great resources on their website about getting ready for your trip, so certainly go on their website. Ollie was talking earlier, he does an online campaign and also one-to-one coaching. Certainly go on his website. I'm working with Nuco, who do a lot of the student trips, a lot of partying, a lot of fun things on the slopes, but they realise that they want all of their customers to be safe. So I'm doing some exciting things with Nuco this season. Crystal, I've linked up with David Lloyd, so there's some stuff on their website. And Shemi, who's been here all weekend, has got some great YouTube videos. So all of these resources, I would urge you to start looking at now if you've already booked your trip. Bristol based, and then Bristol I work with Blue Sky, they're in Ashton Gate, looking at, and we treat a lot of the professional athletes, trying to get back to top level sport. And with Blue Sky, this is my website, Emma from Blue Sky, who treats a lot of my ACL reconstruction athletes, has been helping me to really build this section of the website. So it's a 6-week course, all of these videos are free, and you can see that she's done an amazing job in videoing all of these for me. And we've divided it into the first 2 weeks, so you're just starting out, you're thinking about your trip, and then I've got a home program and also a gym-based program. So the idea is you work your way through these videos, repetitions of 8, and click your way through them. Seeing someone face-to-face is by far the best thing. So this should be complemented by seeing a physio. You've just got to put the time and effort into it. Different things like using bands, a lot of these things you can still do at home, and then she's in the gym and there are certain exercises which you're better off doing in the gym. But if you're Bristol, or around Bristol, go and see Emma, she's fantastic. So advanced phase now, so coming up to your trip, 2 weeks to go before your trip, and you're starting to do more combined activities, thinking about your core, how your core works with your glutes, quads, hamstrings, what the ratio is between these muscles, how quickly can you activate your muscles. You rupture your ACL in less than half a second. Are your muscles going to kick in before your ACL has to? Okay, so really important to start looking at those things. So come and have a look at the website and start clicking through some of these things. But it's not just about physical ability. We've had some fantastic speakers here, and you've got to be in the right mindset. Most professional athletes who don't get back to the same level, it's mindset. It's not necessarily the surgery or the physical things. Of course, everyone who has an operation from me does amazingly physically. So it's really important that the mindset's there. So confidence. Are you believing in your abilities? Are you believing that you're going to get down that red run? Are you focusing on the task? 6 weeks to go now, probably longer if your trip was in January or February. Are you going to start to think about these things properly? And then we've had some amazing talks about anxiety, fear, and how you're going to control that on the slopes. So being aware of it, just talking about these things, starting to get thinking about them. And you've got to have commitment to it. We've all got busy home and work lives. Are you going to fit this into your calendar? And as I said at Snow Show, we've been really lucky. If you didn't catch any of these talks, go to these people's websites, because there's some really useful stuff, tactics, what you do just before the breathing, things like this, really useful information. Okay, you're on your ski trip now, you've done your preparation, your mind's there, your muscles are there. So let's think a little bit about what to expect when you're actually on the slopes. What about the environment? I like research. I've written over 30 papers on sports knee injuries alone, and it's always worth looking at what the evidence is. So what about the environment? This was ACL injuries. This was in Austria, so a team of Austrian researchers, 392 skiers with ACL, so it's a pretty big study. And they matched that with 392 skiers in the same week in the same slope. And these are the risk factors they found. Fresh snow, OR is odds ratio, so 10 times more likely to rupture your ACL in fresh snow, grimpy snow, icy slope, as you'd imagine. So you're at the top of the slope, you know it's icy. What are the tactics you're going to do to get yourself down there safely? Interestingly, we've got skiing on a blue run there, okay, 7 times more likely. So get on those red and black runs, and then you'll be fine. This is Colorado now, middle of America. What do they find? They use different terminologies. They talk about hard pack, and they talk about packed powder for things to look out for. Italy now, Italian Alps. This just looked at one trauma centre. They thought, let's just look at all of the injuries in the trauma centre and we'll send them all a questionnaire. 579 patients replied. I've done studies with questionnaires and believe me, not very many people usually reply. So actually they did really well. What did they find? More ski injuries than snowboard injuries, knee injuries, most common, fractures more common as you get older, and ligament injuries in the younger. So maybe that's going to influence the sort of prehab preparation that you do. But the really interesting thing from this paper was fatigue is underestimated and the general physical preparation is often lacking for sports like skiing and snowboarding. What is it that's different from this to football or basketball? So a lot of it actually is warm-up. You never start playing a football game without warming up. But believe me, you get at the top of the slope and you're straight on that red one. You've done nothing. So I looked up this. I thought, I'll go to PubMed. All the medical articles are on PubMed. So I put warm-up in the title, and then I added some extra sports. Okay, so soccer, 100 original articles on soccer is American PubMed. So I thought I'll put football in, 69 hits. Cycling, 95. Running, 126, so you're warming up before running, which is warming up in my mind. 126 papers on running. Basketball, netball, 29. Okay, it's time for the audience to have a little think. How many papers on skiing or snowboarding? I put snow, ski. Any ideas? 0, 1, 10, halfway between the two. 5. 5 though. Did you say 5? 5. 5. Okay, that's crazy. It's just crazy, isn't it? The amount of injuries we're getting at 5 papers. But the good news is those 5 papers are all relatively recent and they're quite good. So let's dive into 3 of them. This was an athlete and staff perspective. High performance snow sports. What did they think? Physical readiness is vital. Increasing body temperature, you could be cold on the slopes. Activate your muscles, mobile joints. Activated movement patterns. So that's where combinations of muscle use and whether you're combining them properly. Potentiated key motions. I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but it's about how quickly and how powerful your muscles work. It's twitch time. It's also something that's talked about. If you need to react, if you want to save your ACL, you've got to do it in less than half a second. Your brain's not thinking about it. The muscles have got to do it already. And then really importantly, they talk about the mental readiness, which I've already touched on a bit. But on the slopes, are you mentally ready for it? Or are you only mentally ready when you're halfway down the slope and you're already on the 3rd mogul and you're thinking, oh, how did I get here? Think about it before you start your run. Really good paper came out this year. There's actually a consensus now. So people are looking at it. These are all really top researchers from all around Europe. We've also got Sherry from Bath. So we've got UK representative in this consensus. And what did they think? They've put a big table in this paper. I recommend all of you read this. It's free. Okay, it's open access. What do they want you to do? For a start, they're in lovely posh hotels. They call it a hotel, so already they're winning because they're at their hotel. But these are the things that they're thinking about. What do you do 15 to 20 minutes before? WUP means warm up. Are you ready? Do you need to re-warm up? I'm not expecting you to read all of this, but this just gets you thinking that they're thinking, which is great. And what are you doing after skiing? Obviously, you're going to après-ski, but you should be doing a little bit before then. So, you know, it's a complex table, but they're thinking about this group sat in a room or emailed each other and talked about every single thing to make this consensus up. So it's a lot of work. Go and look at that paper. What am I trying to do? I came up there, I thought 5 papers, we've got to do something about it. We've got to get the message out there. So I'm developing an icebreaker warm-up, and it's on the website. And 3 minutes I thought was a good thing, and there's some research around it that 3 minutes is probably enough. And I think probably that's all that people are going to think about doing, but that's what we're going to start off with. And on the prevention side of the website, I've written down the sorts of things you should be doing. I'm hoping if I can get skiing this coming season. I've got a new baby, so third child, so I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get out there, but someone hopefully is going to film themselves doing this, and then I'll put it on the website, and obviously it'll be a viral TikTok sensation. So go on the website, have a look at that. But then there's also what if. And I think you've got to prepare for these things. And the most important thing is that if you've injured yourself, you've got to get yourself on the road to recovery from day one. Day one after any musculoskeletal injury is an important day. So you want immediate support, and through Sven Ski Clinic, I'm providing video consultations. You can speak to me through video, and all of the advice there is given. You can upload all the documents, and I can even pre-book you an MRI scan for the day after you land. All of those things are possible, and it bypasses the GP, which is really important. GPs don't need to see you with a wrist fracture. You want to go straight to fracture clinic, I can book you into an NHS fracture clinic, a private clinic, whatever you want, before you've even got on the plane home. Really useful, time-saving advice. Have a look at the website, and I really hope you don't get injured. So use all the advice for injury prevention. If you do, then you might see me, and it'll be fine, because we'll get through it, and you'll have a great result. But thank you for listening.